Hi everyone, so welcome back to Amonkhet's Day 2 spoilers. I had to restart this video because I accidentally stopped the previous video a few moments ago. I don't know why I clicked on it for some reason. I just did, and I pressed the stop and it stopped, so, But anyway, so we've got another new god. We've got a bunch of new things to go -1 counters, but a bunch of fun stuff. So let's go over to new god. We have Kefnet, the Mindful. Here's Kefnet, the blue iris god, Iris, I believe it is, or Osiris-looking ibis. That was the word I was looking for. Ibis. So, and wait for that to focus back in. Sorry about that. So it is a two of any color, 1 blue, so 3 mana altogether. 5/5 flying indestructible. Now that on its own sounds amazing. That alone would be worth mythic rare status. However, like all the gods, it does have a condition for attacking or blocking. Now, whereas the red one, it's getting you down to 1 or less cards in your hand, and it has an effect that lets you do that. With this is you need to have 7 or more cards in your hand to attack or block. That being said, it gives you the ability to draw cards with a 3 of any color, 1 blue effect that says you may return a land you control to your owner's hand. Draw a card. You may return a land you control to his owner's hand. Now, with that said, I'm not overly a fan of this one. And blue is my favorite color. If you can check that video I did a long time ago about the best colors of Magic, by my opinion. And blue and green are my 2 favorite colors, with blue edging out green just slightly. So I was hopeful for this one. It's so far between the two, it's the toughest one to make an actual creature. Now, it's indestructible, so it can't be destroyed. But that doesn't matter when you have things that exile other things. We have cards in this set. They've shown some cards in this set. I'll even go over those cards in a little bit. That exile cards. So really, this doesn't serve a purpose. Well, it doesn't serve a purpose. That's not true. The indestructible doesn't mean as much. Yes, it has the ability to draw. Yes, it can return a land, which will do great for the landfall decks in like the modern formats or Commander or things along those lines. But you can play it on turn 3. It's great for that. But overall, again, the red god. Plus, red god has haste. Red god has the ability to immediately impact the board. This does not immediately impact the board. Now, what it does show for me though is that I think we're going to see like a mirror with the 2 colors that are basically opposite. Blue and red are basically opposites of each other, and therefore their conditions are somewhat opposites of each other. Red god needs you to get rid of cards, while the blue card needs you to increase the amount of cards you have in your hand. So with the white and black god, I'm almost certain it's going to have to do something with life on both their accounts. White one's probably going to need a certain amount of life. Black one's probably going to need a certain amount of life, either when you're above or below a certain level. Probably like above 20 or below 20, something like that, or below 10. Who knows? But moving on, we have, while I'm in blue right now, Scribe of the Mindful is, again, a 1 blue, 2 of any color, 2/2 human cleric. Now, you may pay 1 of any color, tap this, sacrifice this creature, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. There is the... Ooh, there we go. There's the artwork. Lovely artwork. That being said, we'll have to... again, I'm thinking in terms of the cards in this set for the pre-release and seal. We're going to have to see what cards there are. Right now, we haven't had a really impressive bounty of cards, but who knows? That could change. We got this card, which is Decisions Paralysis. 3 of any color, 1 blue. Instant tap of 2 target creatures. They don't untap during the controller's next untap step. We see this guy basically exploring what apparently is Kefnet's maze, which he does for his trial. And that's a great stall card. We're just gonna have to see with the whole Scribe of Mindful thing. And then we have Essence Scatter gets a reprint. It's got some great art on that. I love that art going on. I was like, my essence being scattered. But we also have Drakehaven, which again isn't enchantment, but again is 1 blue, 2 of any color. When you cycle or discard a card, you may pay 1 of any color. If you do, create a 2/2 blue Drake creature token with flying. Given that cycling is a thing back in this set that does not cost a lot to cast, Yeah, I say that is a very good card. That is because what there's. We just got spoiled today a card with a cycling cost of 1 white. So I'm going to pay 1 white, then I'm going to pay 1 more, and I'm going to get 2/2, and I'm going to get an extra card. And guess what? I'm going to do that again. Easy to make armies with that. Do not underestimate that. Then we have monuments, basically a cycle of artifacts that all correspond to a certain god. They're all 3 of any color. Legendary, uncommon, legendary artifacts. They all have the same base ability, which is creatures of a certain color. Excuse me. Creatures of a certain color cost 1 less to play. And they all have a specific ability that goes with it. Now, that does not... I looked into this, and from what I can tell, it doesn't really hint at what the maybe like conditional costs for attacking or blocking for the gods might be. But we also get the names of all the gods too. So Bantu is the black god, the crocodile god. When you cast a creature spell, opponents lose 1 life, you gain 1 life. Great in multiplayer games, would be very useful in pretty much any game, really. Hazaret's Monument. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. A looter ability, again, you're given options. But it's better if you're allowed to draw than discard than draw. Because what if you have something that's good, but you might have something better in your deck, and you think, if I can just pull it out, and you don't get it. Kefner's Monument. Whenever you cast a spell, target creature an opponent controls doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. That one's not as good because that one doesn't tap down the creature. That one just says you can't untap. So, I don't know. Maybe you can time it with like someone using Exert. Maybe you can time it with just their tapping. That's a timing card. That's not as good, unfortunately. Catcher's Monument. Whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 1/1 white warrior token with vigilance. You get a creature for a creature. Always good, always fantastic. Honestly, that's probably the best one so far. And then Ronus, which is the green snake god. Whenever you cast a creature spell, target creature you control gets +2/+2 until the end turn and trample. Yeah, as long as you have a creature on the field. Like if you use this in conjunction, like say you're doing a white-green deck and you got both those monuments. So hey, I'm going to cast a creature spell. I make, and let's just say you got a 1/1 on the field right now. I cast a creature spell. That's going to get a +2/+2 and trample. I'm going to keep doing that and doing that. So good stuff coming from that. I dig these monuments. They all look great. So wait a minute. Let's see. There we go. So there's Bantu. There's Crocodile one. Looks great. There's Hazaret's, which it looks fine. The Ibis one, that one looks great. Oketra's, and then the Snake one is crap. Darn it. 1 second. There we go. Will you just go back over there? There we go. There's the Snake one. So that looks pretty good. Then moving on to the new white cards I got spoiled today. We got a little bit in all the colors. Let's see now. We have there's a Cast Out, which is more or less a more expensive Oblivion Ring, but it has for one generic mana more, but it has Flash and it has Cycling for 1. So there's your Cycling for your Drakehaven, and it's a Flash exile effect. So yeah, it's a pretty decent card for that. Don't underestimate low grade Cycling, and don't underestimate anything that exiles anything, because you're really never getting those back usually. Sacred Cat is a standard Embalm creature. It's a 1 white, 1/1 lifelink, and it has Embalm for 1 white. It's like your bread and butter Embalm card, and that's okay. It's a pretty awesome card. That's our second cat, by the way, in this set, which is also pretty cool. Yeah, I can see myself putting that in like a life gain deck. Moving on, did we get any new black cards today? I think we got like 1 or 2 new black cards. 1 second. Yes, we had 1 or 2 new black cards. We have Lay Bare the Heart. 1 black, 1 of any color. Sorcery. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-legendary, non-land card from it. Player discards it. And there's the art. That's just kind of awesome in a very disturbing way. As for the card itself, it's a standard card. It's going to do really well. It's the kind of card that people love to play. Splendid Agony. Instant. 2 of any color, 1 black. Distribute 2 -1/-1 counters among 1 or more or 2 target creatures you can or target creatures, I should say. I was about to say you control this that case. Love the fact that this guy's arms are making the Bolas horns. That's pretty awesome. The card itself, little pricey for 2, especially if they have at least 3 creatures on the field, or even if they have 2 creatures on the field. If you just -1 all of them or both of them, that might work. You're probably going to focus on like their big thing or the thing that you know you can kill. I don't know. Those cards, I've never been a big -1. I mean, talk to Mark if you want to know someone who really digs -1/-1 counters, because he runs a Withered deck that he just loves to play. Consuming Fever or Fever. Yes, Consuming Fever. One red uncommon enchantment, or creature gets +3/+3 until the end, and has at the beginning of your upkeep get a -1/-1 counter on this creature. And there's the art. Great artwork. Glowing. Stalled card. Eventually, the creature will die, but if it's like an embalm creature, then doesn't really matter. It was your intention to eventually get to the graveyard at some point, so it works out perfectly well. In fact, yeah, now that I think about it, that card works really well with Embalm. Then we have Channeler Initiate, who is a 1 of any color, 1 green, 2 mana altogether. Converted mana cost, 3/4. Enters the battlefield, put 3 -1/-1 counters on target creature you control. Remove a -1 counter from Channeler Initiate. Add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. There's the art. She's summoning the Bolas horns there. Just awesomeness. The card itself. See, in fact, I'm going to use. I'm going to go over the next card that has a similar ability. Excuse me. Because what I'm noticing with green, at least, is that when it's -1/-1 counters, it's targeting your crap, whereas black targets the other person's crap. Exemplar Strength is a 4/4 for 2, 1 green and 1 of any color. Again, put 3 -1/-1 counters on target creature you control. Whenever it attacks, remove a -1/-1 counter from it, and you gain 1 life. So there it is. So you can basically put these on your small things, either your tokens or your embalm creatures, kill them off and get them back to get in at least Exemplar's case, just get a 4/4 for 2. In the case of the Channeler Initiate, I can't tell how good this is going to be. Now, granted, there's going to be a lot of stuff that puts -1, like the Crocodile Crossing, for God's sake, puts a -1 counter on something. You could play this, kill something, and play the Crocodile next turn, give her the -1 counter. She's still a 2/3, which is perfectly fine out on the field. Tap her for more mana, and then you can just have a 3/4 after that. Or you can just play her as a 3/4. Honestly, yeah, her and the Crocodile Crossing work really well together, seeing as the Crocodile has haste, so he can cover the offensive while she's going defensive. So that works out really well. And I've always been more of a +1/+1 counter guy, but yeah, I'm not going to harp on anyone who likes -1/-1 counters. Then, last but not least, we have our multicolor for the day. We have 2 new split cards, or Aftermath cards, and we have this card. Temet, Vizier of Naktamun, is a 1 white, 1 blue, human, legendary creature, human cleric. There he is. Like, I am awesome. Embalm for 3 of any color, 1 white, 1 blue, so 5 altogether. At the beginning of your combat turn, target creature token you control gets +1/+1 until the end of the turn. And cannot be blocked this turn. So basically, they become unblockable. Now, if you're running like a very solid Embalm or creature token deck, this card's awesome. Even on its own, it's not terrible. The Embalm cost definitely is a bit much, but then again, this thing's just going to be sitting in the graveyard as long as no one's messing with your graveyard. So you could just wait to do the Embalm, and then, upon, at the beginning of the combat, you can give it 3/3 and make it a 3/3 unblockable. So overall, it's a pretty sweet card. Is it amazing? No, it's not going to be like super, super groundbreaking, but I can see it ending. I can see it ending games, especially if you're maybe running multiples of it. Yeah, I know, legendary, but these guys aren't going to live very long depending on what you're doing. Then we have our first split card, Onward. 2 of any color, 1 red. It's instant. Target creature gets +X until the end turn, where X is its power. Victory. 2 of any color, 1 white. Sorcery. Aftermath. Can only be played from the graveyard. Target creature gets double strike until the end turn. So if you got the mana, play them both. Onward to victory! So you'll, let's use that thing as an example. Let's say you got your mummy, it's the combat. So you're going to pump it up to a 4/4, which you'll give it a +1 by the combat. It's unblockable, and you give it double strike. There's a nice little magical Christmas land scenario for you. Now, that's not usually going to happen that often, but you can definitely see scenarios, especially with flyers. Flyers, I can definitely see this card working very well with. So overall, that's a pretty decent one. Prepare. Prepare is a rare, 1 white, 1 of any color, instant. Untapped target creature, gets +2/+2 in lifelink till the end of turn. I don't know if that on its own is a rare ability. The fact that you gave it the ability to fight target creature an opponent controls, for 3 of any color and 1 green, maybe makes it a rare card, but I mean, if you could play them both, that's 6 mana you have to play to get both abilities in 1 turn. Yeah, maybe you could get something to go do something with that, but it's really hard to say on that. I like the first one's great. The first part of that card's fine. The second part of that card's fine, but for its mana cost, it's not worth it. You'd be better off just honestly, you'd just be better doing. I believe we got. Didn't we get Prey Upon in the latest set? Didn't we get a reprint of Prey Upon? Hold on, let me check that. Seeing as I'm pretty much done with this site now. So yeah, didn't we get a freaking? I'm looking that up right now because if we got I know maybe I think we got it. That's what we got. Shadows over Innistrad. But that being said, it's still in Shadows over Innistrad. I mean, it's still in the format. You'd be better off playing the first part of the card and then Prey Upon instead of just paying the extra mana for that secondary part of the card. Now that being said, you can then later wait it out and then play the second part. That works fine, but overall, just doesn't seem worth it. So rare, I don't know why. But, who knows. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, who wants to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Now that I just realized, who would win? Will I be home? I mean, I can do it when I get home, but I'll have Who Win up tomorrow. I may very well record it tonight and then have it uploaded tomorrow before I leave for work, but we'll see what happens. And it is the beginning of the month again, so it's April, meaning it's Bleach who would win again. And while I will hold on to the suggestion for the One Piece character, I think I'm going to stick with the one I pretty much wrote out entirely, and that is Shunsui Kyoraku, Squad 8 captain, versus Kakashi Ataki. It is now the former 6th Hokage and the former Squad 7 team leader. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, who wants to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. This week will be Smurfs. Yeah. And if you have an idea for who would win, Star Wars, What If, Superhero Magic, anything I do on the channel, put that in the comments below. I'll get to it at some point. But anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.